Well, let me pull this up on the so I can watch.
Okay, welcome to Jolly's Hangout. I think that we are going live on YouTube. Might be a little lag. I'm watching on my device, but just want to say welcome. And this is a Hangout session talking around the world of TTRPG. This can range anywhere from D&D game systems that are well known. I even toss in sometimes RPG content from video games or computer games. So please feel free to interact in the chat. If there's a desire to pop on and come inside, chit chat with us live, send us a message and get into our Discord over here at the Mystic Syndicate. Super grateful and thankful to Brian, the DM, over here at Mystic Syndicate for allowing me to hold this hangout. The topic tonight, of course, surrounding with the main theme, overarching theme of TTRPG is going to be equipment management. This can be equipment that is inside of the game systems, or it can also be equipment needed for running game systems. On that topic, I think I'm trying to think of anything else I should shout out at this time. One of the purposes of the Jolly Roger Hangout was to provide a environment where people can chit chat, talk about TTRPG, and just come together on a hobby that's loved by many. I myself am new to the realm and am desiring to learn how to better do things. I run a small game on the side with my family. My 4 children and my wife are being drug along through my own campaign. And we've started out, if you're familiar with this, I think the Sword Coast map, we started off in the Dale lands and just started from a small village called Hesiod. If you are familiar with any Monster Hunters free whatever it's called. Anyway, you know those. I utilized that to branch over into it. And so just kind of DM and exploring in that area with the family. So it's been a lot of fun. And without further ado, get into the topic. So today so far, popping in, DM Brian's in the background. He's kind of running the show for us in the back, making sure all the gizmos and gadgets stay aligned. Also dealing with some technical difficulties from our wonderful land of Shard in preparation for our next game. But I have Splash Damage with me and great. Listen, Malinda and Russ, I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to remember names. I apologize. But welcome to the Hangout. And I'm glad to see that we were able to get this up onto YouTube for, looks like we got about 6 viewers at the moment. So that's fantastic. Russ, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing much better. It's a good day.
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Getting close to the end of the week over here.
Yeah, I work in information security, and it's been a challenging week.
Yes, it has been a very challenging week.
Oh, man.
With the time change.
Yeah.
You mean the rest of the world doesn't run on our time?
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Well, that's weird. It'd be nice if they did. But
Okay.
no.
So
We're crossing into that.
We just have to throw
flat
a monkey
territory.
wrench in there with that daylight savings time for everybody else too.
Indeed.
I would be very happy if they did away with daylight savings time.
From what I saw, there was a motion in the Senate to make a bill to do that.
Oh yeah.
They've been talking about that for years. So.
Yeah, but every time they make some sort of movement towards it, I go, damn.
Oh yes. Yeah. The back and forth of politics. But yeah, I myself would be of the variety do away with it. I don't see much use in my life for it. But nice concept at a time. And I don't think Benjamin Franklin knew about the technologies that were going to come out here in our day and age. Other than that, moving to the encumbrance. Oh wait, no, I didn't mention that yet. Equipment management.
Remember that. Yeah. And speaking of that, I am a fan of tracking encumbrance. Yeah, people
Are
hate
you?
my game. Yeah, people hate my games. Now,
That's why we don't play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Encumbrance.
no, seriously.
now, whenever you say your games, what type of systems do you usually run, Russ?
I know a group of Mormons that like your game.
Okay, thank you. Normally, it's first edition D&D, AD&D.
Okay.
That's what I know well enough to run it. I've also run games of Harn, Harn Master, which is another medieval fantasy type game in a extensive environment. I'm sure you've seen the Greyhawk stuff, and everything's in Greyhawk. But this was a creation of a guy out in Washington State who created his own world, then sold it and published it.
Oh yeah.
and it was very well received because he did the detail is just amazing, but it's also quite pricey. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I no longer have the books,
Well,
so I don't run that anymore.
If
But
I
it's
make
still
it, if I make a world, I would upcharge. It's
Oh,
my
yeah.
world.
but like I said, first edition D&D. By using encumbrance, let's think about that for a second. We've got your basic fighter. Your basic fighter wants to do what? He wants to have weapons. He wants to have armor. He wants to be able to carry treasure. He doesn't want to be slowed down, and
Yeah.
from a character concept, okay. I'm not going to start out with heavy armor anyway. So let's say a chain shirt weighs 75 pounds. That's about half your encumbrance right there. Throw in a sword or two, a shield, and you're looking at maybe 3/4 of what you can carry, which
Mhm.
leaves the other 25% for everything else. Now, if you're human, you got to have a light source. You got to have food.
Right.
And these are all expendable things that you should be keeping track of too, because as you use them, your weight goes down. So,
Right.
and yes, it can be overwhelming for some people, but once you get it set up and just in and out, it's not difficult to maintain. Let's get let's look at a different class. Say druid. Druids are restricted on weapons and armor and that kind of stuff. So the maximum they're going to be using is a studded button. Now remember, all this is first edition. Everything has changed in the other editions. They're looking at leather armor as max, which is about 15 pounds. They're lower on the weapons. The sickles, scimitar, staff, club, things like that. All of them that don't weigh a lot. So you've got this guy that can carry all the extra crap and the treasure. So now you're in the dungeon, you're fighting, you get separated. Who's got the treasure? Who's got the food? Who's got the water?
Right.
It adds a lot. And then when you start talking large expeditions, you start talking logistics, and you start talking, how are we going to do this? And the solution to a lot of that can be very innovative. So that's where Tensor's floating disk and the bag of holding came from.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar. I doing the game with my kids. I've had to do a bunch of reading because one of them's a wizard, and she wanted to know every spell, which is great. So we read through them.
Oh, absolutely.
It feels sometimes encumbrance falls into the realm of what is that? Endurance? Is that another one that gets tracked? What am I
No,
thinking of? Stamina related. People over time get tired. Fatigue.
fatigue. Yeah, and that's not a thing per se in AD&D. I mean, there's not a little box on the character sheet that says fatigue, but
Okay.
there are conditions within there are conditions within play that would make you fatigued. But that's not
Right.
a thing that the DM would just say, okay, you're fatigued, and then
Okay.
like -1, -10, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Oh, now,
So I was playing around the other day with. Have you seen Dungeon Delvers Crom?
yes,
CROM?
I've seen the output from that. I've not seen the program itself, but I'm aware of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's I like it. I like it. It's a character like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was playing around with it. I'm not trying to brag here, but more of a shout out and thanks to Nerd Cognito and his Valentine's Day giveaway. Definitely recommend people tune into that next year when he pulls it up. But during that process of the giveaways, I was blessed with 4 items. The first one was a copy of Crom. Another one was a drawing by another shout out to Tank Ferret over on X. And he did a drawing for a character that I built. And if you've seen my X, you might have seen me rizzing up or what do they call it? Just saying thanks and being grateful to the creators of these items. And so he did a awesome drawing of a captain, Captain Jolly Roger, and
Cool.
I really liked it. But long story shorter than most, going into Crom, it was having me pick the items that he would carry or that he would had in his possession. Well, I'm going through and I'm seeing the gold coins I have available, and I'm picking and choosing. I'm like, okay, well, let me get the oil, let me get some torches, let me get some flint and steel. Oh, I can have a guard dog. Ooh,
Yeah.
cool. And I was like, oh, I can have a songbird. Well, I might make that up as a parrot, pirate.
Okay.
And
Canary in a coal mine.
there you go. There you go. I also purchased a raft, or it was a little boat they had available.
I pull out my raft. That's it.
Well, there is a connecting story to that, but for myself, it was like, okay, let me look at the actual character sheet now, and boom, it was like you're carrying too much stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, I got saddlebag, a small saddlebag to put on the dog, and I also got like some bundles that I was going to put in, or chest, I think, like a large chest to go into the ship or the boat. And so it's like in my brain I can move this around, but on the paperwork I had to go back in and do some editing to say this is equipped, this is not equipped, sort of like that. So I could actually walk with the character.
Cool.
So I mean, I was thinking through some of those items, just the equipment in general. How does he have it? Where is he putting it? What might he use it for? And making sure you got food for the animals as well. I mean, those are some fun little things. Because everything in that program is dealing with first A&D, and so that was it was fun.
And
it was fun.
the equipment the equipment is much more critical in first edition than it seems to be in fifth edition. I mean, I've got a crowbar. All right, I've got a crowbar. Where are you carrying it? Crowbars can be heavy.
It's in my bag of holding.
That's right. The bags of holding are great. They're also great for spell components too.
Hint, Brian. I need my warlock needs a bag holding.
I think everybody in that one shot wants a bag of holding. I have an interesting use that's going to be very fun to play.
So,
but back to equipment.
I make mention to Timble's use. It's a little different than I had thought of.
Well, it came that way, and we just didn't want to put anything else into it, so it was just there. Back to your equipment, like you pointed out earlier, when we were doing the one shot with Brian, and we were trying to open the door, and Ed says, "Oh yeah, pull out the 10-foot pole," and I didn't realize that people didn't know what the 10-foot pole was. It was every single party had a 10-foot pole, at least one. Many characters carried one or two. Again, back to encumbrance. What the hell are you doing with two 10-foot poles? Dragging them? I mean, but yeah, and they're very useful. They're good for finding and springing traps, and other things. I don't particularly care for them because they're just too long. They're too big. So if I'm playing any sort of martial character or anything like that, I will have a 7-foot spear, and I will use that in place of the 10-foot pole. So because then I can still do damage with it. Because 10-foot poles don't really make really good clubs.
Oh yeah. I was finding that interesting because you did have your sorcerer character had that spear in the one shot,
but he also had one level in fighter.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Specifically,
now you're changing characters, right?
Yes, I'm changing characters. I'm going to a Well, I'd go to Shard and check, but Brian probably doesn't want me to go to Shard.
No, you can go to Shard. Trust me, there's nothing on Shard right now because I had to take a step back. I'm going to be on YouTube probably all this weekend, watching all of the tutorials and listening to people go, "Oh, it's the simplest and easiest thing." No. It's not. You say it is, you bastards. No.
The character I'm playing, or I want to play in the upcoming one shot's a wizard dwarf, wizard fighter dwarf.
Wizard dwarf.
Wizard fighter dwarf.
Yep. And
yeah.
That's something that was a real culture change to me when I went from playing first edition to fifth edition. In first edition, it's human centric. People, races that are not human, have class level limits. So a dwarf can go to 9th level as a fighter, unlimited as a thief, and if he's a cleric, he can go to 7th level, but only non-player characters can be dwarf clerics. I mean, there were many more restrictions, and I understand they're the same game, but they are very different.
Oh yeah.
So, because it almost seems like human in 5th edition is what's left over.
Are you getting like half orc or anything in that? Elves?
Yeah, it was the humans, elves, dwarves, half elves, gnomes, halflings, and half orcs. Those were all the races, the player character races. I think that was adding like Arcana in there too, but I don't remember. Been a long time.
Yeah. So, Malinda, do you have examples of like equipment issues or problems that pop up in your games?
No, not really. Well, yes, because I tend to not pack anything. So, so I always get well, what do you have? Well, I don't know. Nothing. So that's the last thing on my mind when I go into. So now Russ has been like, pack your bag. So then I actually have to go in and now create a bag, which I have been doing.
Oh yeah. The first game I played, it was the mindset of, oh well, I'll have what I need to play the game, and then we get into a cart and the DM starts mentioning the weather. He's like, "Do y'all have anything to shield you from the cold?" I was like,
This may be a story of these.
yes. D&D Beyond gave me a backpack of some type. Let me look in there. I have a blanket.
Oh.
And then the very first thing was like, we were going along in the cart, and on the side of the road, we saw like a cart that had fallen over or it had been destroyed or unuseful. And I was like, is there any canvassing or anything on that? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'd like to harvest that. I want that canvas. So, I quickly on my feet trying to figure out how to get warm.
I guess it's better than finding a dead horse on the side of the road and treat it like a tauntaun from Empire Strikes Back. Everybody's trying to crawl into the corpse of this dead horse.
You thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah.
I've been told that the temperature inside of a tauntaun is lukewarm.
Boom.
Nice. I just got it. It's like,
Yes. Dad jokes come out at me sometimes. But there was the talking about ships and purchasing. There was I forget which channel it was. I was listening to a D&D game, and the DM was taking a group through a dungeon, and he had gone through this dungeon before with a previous group. The story was the previous group had purchased like a Viking longship, and they were in the dungeon due to encumbrance and unable to take it with them. The very room where they purchased it was where it was stayed. For some unknown reason, they did set it on fire. So the second group he brought through, he was like, you see a charred Viking longship or warship. It was like just bringing a group through the same dungeon. It had a continuity to it for the DM.
Absolutely. There was this one adventure that I was on. There was this one room in the first level that had 4 ghouls in it. Now, in first edition, when a ghoul hits you, you're paralyzed. Or no, is that ghoul or gassed? Gassed. It had 3 ghouls and a gassed. And when a ghast touches you, you're paralyzed. And then, it's kind of like chop, 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 chop. But if you're killed by a ghoul or a ghast, you become a ghoul. So we kept feeding player characters into this room, and they got more and more and more as we kept dying. Trying to conquer that room.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you ended up with like a room just full of undead monsters just waiting for the door to open? Nice.
But they were all ghouls.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow.
And it got to the point where we'd go around the room unless we had no other choice.
You almost like once you get around it and build your characters up in levels, maybe come back and try to take it over.
Well, no, this was one of the larger dungeons.
Fireball.
Where, fifth level.
Fireball.
You're not a wizard until you can cast fireball. Fifth level, third level spell, good to go. Getting to fifth level, however, especially as a wizard.
Especially in first edition.
Yeah.
Remember,
for every one character of mine that got to fifth level, I probably went through 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Remember, you can be taken out by a house cat.
That's
pretty
right.
Damn quickly.
Well, I mean, even just a regular old member of the population can do 1 to 4 damage.
Yeah. Just a simple townsfolk or a peasant. Yeah. They take.
So they start actually like 4 HP.
Take a wizard. Yeah, 4. I think is the top end. Yeah,
1 to 4. As a general rule at my tables, you start out at max hit points at first level, just because you got to.
It's the way to go.
Now,
I saw somebody posted a meme. It was like, I made a character, I rolled a 1, he died.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the keep on the Borderlands.
Oh God,
that's not an easy module at all. Especially when you start talking about, you've got a small party of low level people. I'm not sure, but I think in Gary Gygax's mind, the optimal party size was like 10 to 25. And yeah, huge. And we're going here. Well, we got 5, maybe 6. I don't know.
Right.
But just with 6 player characters at first or even second level, 10 kobolds are going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Even with the fighter getting 2 attacks around, because they're less than 1 hit dice creatures, and fighters get their level as number of attacks against less than 1 hit dice creatures. So, spiders and that kind of stuff, the more levels you get, the more attacks per round you have. Yeah.
Okay.
But the survival rate of low level characters in AD&D is not high.
Oh yeah. Now, Keep on the Borderlands, is that the first module?
No.
Okay.
No, that was, I think,
first Into the Unknown.
Into the Unknown. Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
The Unknown.
Yep. I just finished running that for my wife's co-religionists. So
I think I have a copy of it just sitting back here, but I'd have to go through the bookcase.
I have it on PDF if you want it.
Oh yeah.
I have just about everything on PDF.
Oh, nice.
Just about.
Yeah. I think something for me. I mean, I've got that captain created, but I need someone to review him to make sure I haven't overloaded his equipment or done something on my stats screwy.
Send him over. I'll look at him.
Okay. Yeah.
I may even have suggestions.
I'm all ears. Like I said, I am brand new to this world. I mean, I've got introduced to him at my previous job. My boss was a DM and was like, "Hey, this looks fun." And he ran 2 or 3 games, but it was just a start. And then things fell by the wayside. Scheduling for him and for everybody else just fell apart. So I stumbled through and try to make sure my kids' game is not too outlandish.
I'm just glad that we have the resources now to game online. As much as I prefer the table, this is it had been 20 years since I played D&D when Ed started up the first one. We had a different DM then, and it'd been 20 years since I'd played D&D, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So today, I mean, if you were to get into D&D, I know there's a lot of angst, I guess is the word, over new editions. I myself started with 2014. I think I came in after Asha's stuff came out and Xanathar's. I forget what that was called, but so that was my beginning experience. Had fun and didn't really focus on a lot of any of the other items surrounding the new editions. So it was a good springboard for me. But whenever I think of trying to start a new game or advising others on where to start, where would you say?
People that have never played before, it depends. Me personally, if I'm running the game, I'll run first edition. If I'm playing, I'll play whatever version they want to play, except 5.5. Sure. I'm not playing 5.5.
Yeah.
And 4. I won't play 4 either. So
I heard whispers that was not a kindly looked upon version.
Well, it changed the gameplay so much that it changed the gameplay so much that it was almost not recognizable as Dragons. First edition, second edition, which is basically just first edition, and they changed how the dice are used. Third edition is still recognizably Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not necessarily. It's got a lot of things. Feats was the big thing for third edition, and you know that's a good thing. I like feats, especially in fifth edition, but they're not in what I run. So
I gotcha. Well, I do want to say welcome to Hoch. I see the big pink banner pop up on my screen, but that's great. I think you mentioned you just want to kind of listen in, so you don't have to hop on the call or anything unless you want to.
You can do it.
I did see the microphone go away.
Yeah, I was looking at that too, going, ooh, insight.
Uh-oh. Or was that perception?
No worries. No need for camming up or anything at this time, for sure.
Yeah.
We've just been talking about equipment and how it's utilized in game or equipment that's used outside of game for setting up games.
Mhm.
And we were just getting into chatting about versions that are recommended for beginners to get into. That's where we were for the second.
And we're back to the earlier editions versus the later editions. There's also somewhere in 3.5 the immediacy of immediate results of stupid decisions seem to disappear. First edition, you do something stupid, you're probably gonna die.
Immediately.
Fall into a pit. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to go over here and touch this mushroom. You know, but in 5th edition, it seems to be nerfed, and what do they call it? The level appropriate or level rating or the rating for the party and the monster. What's that called?
Yeah, it's
CR.
CR. Yeah. I think it's. I want to call it a credit rating, but it's not a credit rating. Yeah, it's like, is your credit rating high enough to take on this monster? No, no, it's not.
Challenge rating.
Challenge rating. That's it. Thank you. I knew somebody would let us know. It's the credit rating. Credit score.
As you can tell, we don't really use that.
No.
Because you never know. I mean, you may get lucky and win. But when you start using the challenge rating to design everything for the game, you take something from both the game and the players. You take from what you're taking from the players is the chance to be epic. I mean,
very good.
I mean, any party that kills a black dragon, that's epic. You know?
True.
Unless it's you're 5th level and it's it's a hatchling, and that killing a black dragon is like, yes, it's pest control.
I pull out a ice wormling on my kid's game, and unfortunately several of my players got knocked out, and one went running away, didn't want to fight, happened to be the tank, but so it was interesting. Essentially the good wizard had to step in and do some fireballs or fire rings or whatever and drive away the bad creatures. And
well, if y'all are only 4th level, it was not fireball.
Well, the wizard he was an NPC.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. They were going to the wizard's tower, and on the way they got ambushed by some some blights, and then a young wormling dragon.
Okay, speaking of challenge rating, what I find useful as a GM is to have a known non-player character that goes with them. They know what he does, but they don't necessarily know what level he is.
Sure.
My stock character is a Grim, a human ranger. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So equipment for starting a game. Usually, I guess they do the 3 core books, or at least 2, I guess. Player handbook, monster manual.
The players need the player's handbook. Dungeon Master needs the DMG, the player's handbook, the Monster Manual 2, Fiend Folio, yada. It goes on and on and on.
You're getting into the dice discussion, aren't we?
Oh, but yeah, and obviously dice. One of the things that I found helps me a lot is a dungeon master screen that has the combat tables, that has the poison saves. I mean, all the saves. Clerics turning undead, which is another thing they nerfed in 5th edition. In 1st edition, clerics are badass. They can make the undead run away, unless they're ghouls and you're only 1st level.
Yeah. Those are the components for it?
Yeah. Well, no. Turning undead. Basically, you take your holy symbol, you present it to whoever, and they have to retreat from you.
Right.
Or they cannot approach you.
Hmm.
So
I thought they had that in 5th edition. Or maybe it's something that's been reduced.
Brian, you're our 5th edition expert.
Okay, no, I'm not. But yeah, no, they yeah, I mean, they do have, they do have turning. You know what though? That's a beautiful thing about having the internet at your fingers. We can just look this stuff up, and I'm going to do it right now. Let's see,
hey,
turn undead 5th edition. Let's see what they got here. Yeah, 2nd level, gain the ability to channel divine energy. That's what I guess they kind of call it. Maybe they don't use the actual term turning undead, but to channel divine energy directly from your deity, using that energy to fuel magical effects. Yeah, and so maybe there's more information. Wow, that got bright. Let's see. It's like, I don't need that type of brightness.
Your glasses
I know.
just lit up.
So yeah, it's a channel divinity feature available to clerics at 2nd level, allowing to repel undead creatures using divine power. As an action, the cleric presents their holy symbol, just like they did in 1st edition, and speaks a prayer, forcing all undead within 30 feet that can see or hear them to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, the creatures are turned for 1 minute or until they take any damage. But it doesn't say like in the old days where you could actually destroy the undead.
Yeah.
You not just turn them, you actually turn them to powder. I think they do have, now starting at 5th level, they do have a destroy undead. So that's pretty good. But you got to think, you're really
more potent.
At 17th level, you can only do challenge rating 4 or lower. I mean, by the time you're 17th level, shouldn't your cleric be able to do some crazy ass shit? I mean, really?
That's Kiffy.
I mean, right.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of the beautiful thing about the systems, that we play under. I mean, these are just guidelines. I mean, a lot of this I would just throw out and be like, no. I mean, if you're that high a level and you're fighting against something that, I mean, come on, a 17th level cleric
zombies
should be able to, do something, for God's sakes. Yeah, they did. I think you're right, Russ. They did limit the powers of clerics.
They nerfed just about everything. Almost every spell is nerfed. I mean, magic missile used to be very useful.
Yeah,
you get 1d4 for every level. 1d4 plus 1 for every level. So your 5th level, you're casting a handful of dice. Not so much anymore.
Okay. Gotcha. I think I was looking at the chat while you were looking that up there, and Paladin Steve, I really like the comment. Clerics are supposed to be holy warriors supporting their allies on the front lines, not backseat heelbot Freddy cats. I agree.
And that was true in the Princess of Selene.
Clerics get swords. I'm sorry, what was that, Brian?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step over you. But like with the Princess of Selene, when we had Kiffy was usually he was a frontline combat cleric.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, you got to think
Nothing around. He's dead.
he had full plate. Well, most of the time it was the paladin. It was Kellex that was getting just totally just handed. And then, thank God Kiffy was there to, pick up the pieces. Thankfully. But
he's up. He's down. He's up.
He's up.
He's down.
Yeah, pretty much. But
meanwhile, Alex had a hero complex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and as far as paladins go and stuff like that, I mean, you see evil, you rush up to it, and you try to vanquish it, and sometimes the evil is just way too powerful, or it wasn't actually evil, and it was just in defense mode, sort of like the what was it, the giant titans. The Titan that was on in the Elven lands, you guys were trying to get to the tree. It actually was not evil.
No,
it was just a construct. Well, of course,
it was in the way.
Yeah. Another fine time that Kellex died.
Yep. The entire campaign, Yarn took damage 3 times.
Yeah. I
think some of that has to do with the technique that you use a lot.
Yeah, hide.
Yeah.
Jumping in and out of doors and whatnot. I saw that in our last game.
Hide works. I mean, I think Grinna took more damage than Yarn did.
I did. I almost died twice.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I didn't care if I died or not because I'm immortal.
That was true too.
In the new campaign you're putting together, I could play my same character 100 years in the future, but make her look a little different.
Yeah, but here's the problem: it's not the same world.
That's just a technicality.
The fate touches all worlds.
That's right.
Not right.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Oh, Lord.
I think we've strayed a little bit from the equipment topic, and I was thinking about components.
Components?
Bell components?
Spell components? I'm a
gathering
big proponent
and finding and purchasing spell components.
That can lead your campaign right there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm out of X. We need to go find X, or I can't do this to save our butt.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I really like the whole idea of focuses, like a staff that, takes the place of those sort of things, or maybe another magical item like a brooch or a pendant or something that circumnavigates all that. I mean, in playing first edition, I remember, you better make sure you have your back guano and all the rest of your crazy shit that you might need. But I think after I started actually, being a DM, I started looking at it going, okay, this is more of a headache and it slows down gameplay. And I was just tired of it. And so when the idea of a focus came in where it did 2 things for me. 1, it got rid of components, thank God. And then 2, it gave me something to strike against.
Yeah.
Or for something the character to lose. And then they would have to find another one, or if it got damaged or something. But the beautiful thing, and after even a while, I was like going, wait, it's a magical item. It's a focus. It's not going to be damaged by normal stuff. And maybe when I was younger and, a butthole about stuff, I would pull that sort of stuff. But now I would not, like with Yarn, I would not take his staff of power away from him. That is just, nah, I ain't doing it. Now, I did kill off Kiffy's hammer, but he did get it back.
You did.
He did. It did return to him, and it was actually more powerful. See, I like to do that sort of stuff. If I'm going to take something from you, I want to replace it with something really, really fun. But that's me as a DM.
The Staff of Power was a replacement for my Staff of Fire.
Fire. Yep.
That I used the last freaking charge on, and it crumbled to dust.
That's right. That's right. It did tumble. Yeah, it did. That is true.
Yeah.
Ah, good times. Good times.
But like I said, I'm a big proponent of spell components, because if a spell takes a 100 gold piece gem to cast, like Chromatic Orb, how many of those are going to be in your component pouch? You know, it's also a way to make the magic user's life difficult. So, but those challenges, where am I going to get this? Okay, guys, I'm taking 50% of this treasure because I have spent this much money on you. And I'm using it to, on X, I posted a picture the other day. It's like, I'm just saying spell components are expensive. So,
yeah.
So I like those. Now, the focus thing, depending on what the focus is, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but I could definitely see
think
that
something that would be in between spell components and equipment would be more the physical. Would arrows and bolts be considered components, or are they in the subclass all on their own?
They're expendables.
Expendables.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, arrows, bolts, holy water, oil flasks, torches, rations, all of them are expendables.
The one thing I like to do with bolts and arrows is that after like an encounter, give the ranger or whoever was using the ranged weapon the ability to recover some of those arrows and stuff like that. Yeah. If you got to pull it out of the chest of some enemy, that's all fine and dandy. You can just wipe it down and you're ready to go. And I think that really helps out a lot, especially when you have, and I know rangers get a bad rap sometimes. I know people don't particularly like to play them. I love rangers. I don't, there's something about them, It's probably going back to, Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Yeah, first editions. First edition, definitely. But I like to do that. I like to give them a chance. And usually what I'll do is, like, depending on how many arrows they shot, we'll take, like a die that is close enough to that number and just roll it. And that's how many they get back. And sometimes you only get one back, but then sometimes you might get all of them back, which is, is freaking great. But that's...
I shot 5 arrows and I got 6 back. How odd.
I was fighting skeletons with short swords.
Yeah.
Ooh, a bony arrow +1.
Bony arrow +1.
Oh.
Well,
but, okay,
I did what was that, Russ?
I said we started talking classes. So what are your favorite classes?
My favorite classes. Yeah. Any that I can play at the moment, but out of my short experience, I have really been enjoying the Warlock. I know it's not a regular original class, but it's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And just to mess with Brian a little bit more, I added the feature Lucky to my character when I did the upgrade.
You'll notice that many times during the gaming sessions, I'll yell, "Luck!" Roll a dice and go, "Shit."
Oh, yeah. Well, it's an interesting feat for me. I've never looked at it very closely before, but I get to challenge like almost sort of every roll, and then I choose whichever roll I want, whether it's the opposing roll or my roll, and determine where they go. So if it's an attack roll coming towards me,
yep,
I can take and say, "Oh, wait, I'm going to use my lucky feat." I'll roll the same die, and then I choose which one hits me or goes where it will.
Mm-hmm.
But I only get to do it 3 times, so there is always a balance.
3 times a day. 3 times a day.
3 times a day. Long rest. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What
about you, Brian?
Favorite classes? 1 is Paladin. Second up is Cleric. Third is Ranger. I just love all 3 of those. It's
very cool.
I love playing Clerics. Maybe it's just just me. But Paladins, I think, when did I first start playing a Paladin? It was like actually like, I can't remember which edition where they came out. Was it like second? Was it first?
It's in the player's handbook.
Oh, that's cool. Ranger, then yeah, I must have been playing it since that was like one of my. Actually, the first character I ever played was a wizard. I didn't go real far. I mean, when you only have like 2-3 hit points, you don't go far. But the second one I got a chance to play was Paladin, and really fell in love with it. And then Cleric, yeah, I'd say those are my top 3. I like that.
What about you, Malinda?
I like playing Rangers. I seem to play a lot. I've kind of gotten intrigued with the gnome, and I kind of like the idea of an artificer. I didn't really take full advantage of that in this last campaign. I think that was mainly just because a ranger was just so much easier to stand up and just shoot arrows at people. And I don't have to put myself in danger. That was Kellick's and Kibi's job.
Yeah, but you had grenades.
That is true.
I don't think you actually ever used one.
Put them into play.
No.
See, I didn't take full advantage of what an artificer could do because I was so used to playing a ranger. So
yeah,
that's okay.
And actually,
with the artificer, do they have to do the collection of the components and stuff like that as well?
Depending on what they're doing, yes. Yeah, especially when I made the boomstick, the gun, we had to actually locate the components in order for me to make the black powder before I was allowed to. What is that? Before I was allowed to use it.
Okay.
So
I was going to mention, Russ,
with the bombs and stuff, it'll tell you need this, you need this, you need this. And it'll take so long for you to make it. And so you have to make sure you have those components on you. So believe it or not, Marina actually carried the components to make the bombs. I just never made the bomb.
Okay. You're ready.
They would have been really fun. Especially with the possibility of malfunction. I was really hoping to see if that was going to be a thing.
My luck, I was actually kind of terrified of that. No eyebrows, half a nose, no fingers.
Oh my goodness. I was going to also add to mine, Russ. The very first character I ever created was a cleric. And nice. That was Finnick Tea Leaf, halfling.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. I do also have a Dragonborn fighter that I think is just fantastic. He has a reaction. It's a defensive reaction. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It essentially, if I'm standing next to someone and the attack is going towards them, I can deflect the attack. And it's just a reaction. Totally messed with the DM on that one. And he was like, I can't even hit me and it was a dwarf paladin, I think it was. And so they were standing next to me, and here I am, just kind of this big fighter. And so I was like, yeah, I'm just swinging over his head, knocking your attacks away. So it was a lot of fun. I know we've been dwelling a lot on D&D equipment. Shall we move over to something a little less known, like Dune?
Okay.
All right.
Because we know a lot about that.
Okay. So,
hey, we've done 3 sessions, right?
yeah, we have. We've actually done 3 sessions, and I'm very proud of the players who participate in that for one, just for willing to be able to try out a new game that was a completely different system. So I just stand in awe of you guys who were playing in that adventure, because I just know, when you get a new system, just like what I'm fighting with Shard, the table, the virtual tabletop, there's a learning curve, and sometimes it's very painful. But you guys have, to get back on the subject, that's really kind of the weird thing about Dune and equipment management, is because what's so weird is the ability to be able to create assets just out of thin air. I mean, you can just take 2 momentum and create something that, if it's plausible, if it's something that it could even be a possibility, you can actually do it in that game, which totally blows the mind of and when I first read that, I'm thinking, wait, so these guys could really just come up with, but of course there's within reason. But of course in Dune, a lot of the stuff that you create is only for that particular scene, and then it goes away. And at first that kind of floored me, because like with the faster than light ship that the team got, I did not want that to be just a temporary item. I wanted that to be something that you held onto, that you could use forever and ever and ever until Russ crashes it.
It'd be Taylor soon that would.
You approached it with style, and you took out an enemy in the process.
So yeah, that's kind of like the one thing. But really, as far as management, we don't have to worry about spell components. We really don't have to worry really about, the only thing we have are just weapons. And a lot of the weapons that we're using in the game are dart guns. Small blades, long blades.
Las guns.
Yeah, things like that. And of course you may have asset items that are on you, personal, like of course your shield, like your the Holtzman shield. So it's not like we're really accumulating a lot of stuff. It's not like in Dungeons and Dragons where you're going through and you're, you take out this encampment of gnolls or orcs or something, and then you have all this treasure. You don't really have that. You don't have that in Dune. It's really completely different. I don't know if that answered the question or even addressed it. It's just so different. And I think you guys can agree with that, at least. I don't know what your all's take on it. I don't know if it's something that you all are kind of thinking maybe there should be more. but it's really more of a story-driven game than just just combat and stuff of that nature. It's a totally different game, just completely. And for those people who are watching at home, if you've watched any of our videos, you can definitely see the difference. Yeah,
it's certainly a mental shift.
That's a really good way of putting it, Russ. Thank you.
Well, we went from murder hobos to, well, that didn't work.
You were this close to having an explosive.
I was.
But
I still think he should be able to access that. A binary explosive.
It's very likely it could be created.
Yeah.
Thinking about the scenario, think about your role as chief's advisor. You have people that can shoot off stuff.
I can MacGyver it.
Yeah, it's like
with two momentum. Yes, you can.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough. 2 momentum definitely get you a package of straws and some duct tape and maybe a paper clip.
Swiss Army?
Yeah, there you go. It's all you need.
Yeah. I think whenever I was going through the beginning phases of looking at the Dune material, I guess in my mind it was just I felt like D&D was 50% mental, 50% physical in regards to managing of whatever was around. The shift over to Modiphius's D20 system with Dune, it became a 75 story-driven, 25 physical focus in that mindset. So, yes, there are physical components to be aware of, but it's more loosey-goosey. You can invent things along the way as you need them and as they make sense, of course, to the scenario. I mean, we can't just snap our finger and have our nuclear material for shoving in the machine. I mean...
Right.
Oh, right. Can I do that with momentum? No. It's not. It doesn't make sense to the scenario.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is story driven. And of course you're the person who came up with the story, and that's, that has to be my call, or whoever's running the game. It has to be their call. How much are you willing to allow them to use that asset system in that way? Like Russ with his lead pipe. Totally fine. Love lead pipe. Him walking around and bashing people with a lead pipe, I am totally on board with that. Him having
I just call it Tuesday.
Yeah, him having a Mala pistol, also great idea. But that's, like I said, it's really nice that you only have a certain amount of items that you have to really be concerned about in Dune. It's not like you need a bag of holding and you've gotten all of these things that you collected or anything. It's not economy, or that type of economy driven. It's different. And I like from a storyteller's standpoint, I love it. I get to be really creative and come up with stuff, and it's awesome. But if somebody's like coming from D&D and they're thinking it's going to be a lot like, Dungeons and Dragons or something of that nature, they're going to be surprised. They may even just go, "Whoa, okay, I wasn't ready for that." Yep. And
creating a character with that filter was challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are your take on it, Russ, with the equipment inside of Dune?
Eventually I'll get my explosives. But eventually. The way Brian's running it works. If we need something, we can use the momentum to get it. Otherwise, with my character, I actually took unarmed combat as a focus, just so I wouldn't have to worry about equipment.
Yeah. The versatility of the characters is pretty cool. Pretty cool. For me, being the doctor, I mean, there is an adverseness to killing. And so in a battle, I'm going to be horrible. I don't carry a weapon at all.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're going to keep me alive, so I can go ride the worm.
Exactly. Yeah. That's going to be a fun session.
That should be.
Have we figured out when that is?
It'll probably be the first Thursday of next month.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've only been playing it. We only play it like once a month now, and that's fine. It gives me time.
I thought
the first Thursday. Usually,
I thought the first Thursday was going to be Session 0, Eclipse of the Ancients.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think it's the Thursday after that.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, the
cool.
9th.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. All right. So I stand corrected. Yes. Eclipse of the Ancients is the first Thursday of the month. That should be interesting in itself.
That's the new long-term game you're looking at, right?
That is the long run campaign that is going to replace the Princess of Selene. We'll see how long it runs. I think it'll be pretty good. Like I said, I have the beginning. The beginning is I know what the beginning is, and I know what the end looks like. Everything in the middle, that's up to you guys.
That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
we've got some sources to pull from to fill it out for you.
Yep. I'm actually looking forward to that. I've got some character templates in my head, and I'm looking to see what we can come up with that. It's going to depend a lot on how your world is constructed.
Yeah, and we'll go into that more, of course, on that date. And I'm actually kind of kicking around the idea, like we did before, of like having some cameo appearances of people who might want to show up for like as an NPC, just to bring an NPC to life real quick, and then that I really like that idea. It's just getting people to commit. 'Cause that's always the problem, is getting people to commit to a role. Because I mean, there were like 3 or 4 different opportunities in Princess of Selene to bring on a cameo character, and the only one that actually worked out was Stephanie. Stephanie was the only one who worked out, and she only worked out for like 1 or 2 episodes. Which was fine. I mean, that's not a problem. But to get back to the topic at hand. Sorry.
I know you're fine. I was running off with the tangent of the schedule. Actually, we've got Ed's game coming up with Star Wars. That's on the horizon. I saw that a certain package arrived.
Yeah, I saw that too.
For those of you who are listening in YouTube land or on Discord, please be sure to make sure you're subscribed to the Mystic Syndicate YouTube channel. Once that number hits 175, I am slated to be wearing a Wookiee voice-activated sort of mask for my character Goat.
That's only 4 more subscribers, guys. 4 more. That's all we need.
4 more.
Okay, are you going to be wearing the Wookiee masks the entire time? please say yes.
There's only
Undetermined at this moment, but a possibility.
I love the whole idea. I'm so on board. It makes
now what I want to see is Mike wearing the Greedo mask.
Oh,
that would be. I was curious. That'd be fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I was actually looking around because I'm playing the Bothan character. I was looking for Bothan, and they don't make them, or I didn't find any. Because I would have actually kind of wore one for a little while just to see, on screen.
Do they have like the goggles? Maybe like steampunk goggles or something? Uh-oh. Speaking of equipment.
Means something like these?
Yep.
There you go.
The only problem with these are actually like very...
Heavily tinted?
Yeah, they're like heavily tinted. I guess for like somebody who's standing down range from somebody who's welding. So they're literally like welding goggles.
So,
but I could get other ones.
So, Brian, with Bothans, they just have the extra, the beard thingies.
Yeah,
the tentacle looking things.
I thought they looked more like dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they looked like weird dogs or something. I don't know.
Well, but, I might be willing to help with that.
Well, okay. I don't want to know.
No,
I will not be wearing other people's body hair on my face. Do not shave your back for me, sir.
Oh. Ouch.
Okay. YouTube TOS.
I think we're safe. I think.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I know that we've said worse. A lot worse. It has not been good.
Oh, very good.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I think we've got some good things coming up. I really thank y'all for hanging out with me, talking about the equipment. And as we go into April, it's going to be popping. Yeah, good things on the horizon. I am grateful that we could do the Jolly Hangout tonight. It is having something scheduled and having to reschedule, it's nice to have something to kind of fall back on and get to say hi and see how people are doing and talk a little TTRPG. I do also put out an extension of if people want to play Helldivers 2 or Diablo 4 or something, hit me up on Discord and we can get some games going. I think might do that in a week or two. Is that right, Brian?
I think so. I think it would be really kind of fun to do. I have a myriad of games that, I know that a bunch of other people have, like you were saying, Helldivers 2, which is hilarious. Absolutely love that game. It can lead to chaos and usually chaos. So yeah, yes. I know we could definitely get with Pav and some other guys, and we could definitely make that a thing.
Speaking of Pav, he and we got together last Saturday.
And did you have a good time?
And he showed me some of the ropes on the game. It was a lot more enjoyable with a party, and I could talk to someone.
Yeah, Pav's got all the toys because he's like a death commander at like level 250 or whatever, and he can just rain fire from the sky, and everybody's like standing around going, "Oh, Pav, you're wonderful." Oh, yeah, that's the way.
We're there.
Yeah,
we're there standing with the stratagems, trying to figure out what we wanted to take, and he's like, "Oh, you'll have fun with this. You'll have fun with that. You'll have fun with this." And I was like, yeah, sounds cool. I'm here for the ride. But it was fantastic time, and I died a couple of times, but made it back.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah.
I would love if people would take a look at the Windrose demo, because that's another. It's free. It's a free demo, but I look at the hours that I clocked into the demo is like 13 hours. So it's a lot of content and fantastic world. The theme is pirates. Kind of goes with the motif.
Oh wow, I'm actually on Steam right now taking a look at it, and it looks it's very nice. Huh.
I mean, essentially, you're dropped on an island, and you get to survive and start building up a pirate crew.
Oh, that would be hilarious. And is it multiplayer?
I did a search, and it's Google told me yes.
Yeah,
the demo.
It's an online co-op. So yeah, that works. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, when's the full game come out? Do we know? Let me see if it says.
I have no clue on the release date for the full one.
Yeah, it just says coming soon.
Yeah.
But the demo.
But if people are strapped for cash or anything, that it's free as a demo.
Cool. Yeah, it looks really nice. Looks like fun. Okay.
So anyhow, anything else equipment wise anybody wants to get into?
I think I'm okay as far as equipment goes.
Okay, well I still need that bag of holding for my warlock, but thank y'all all for tuning in, and maybe you need a shop in our game or something.
Okay.
So thanks again for being part of the Hangout, and Hoch, thanks for listening. People on our chats, I didn't even get to see a whole bunch. I'm busy talking. But no, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and hit a like, subscribe, and get our counts up to 175. And you'll get to see a Wookiee mask on myself.
All right.
Okay, y'all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for letting me hang out.
All right,
Anytime, Hoch.
yeah, definitely. Next time, please feel free to jump in. That would be awesome.
I'm so terrible with this mics and stuff. It never works every time I'm on Discord. Something changes. But no, I didn't know you. I didn't know you were streaming. I just figured you guys were just doing a chat on Discord. So I was like, oh, I'll jump on the Discord and listen. And I was like, oh no, they're actually live.